Good afternoon. Happy Sunday, everyone. Just gonna wait a minute and let a couple of people pop on while I get these ready. Getting the wheel ready. Hey, Denise. Oh, Denise, I am glad that I saw you pop on because I have your prize. I thought I had your, sorry, my nose is itching like right here. Denise, I have your prize, and I thought I had your mailing address, but I don't. So your prize has been ready to go. If you will, private message me your mailing address so that I can mail you your prize. And I'll get this out in tomorrow's mail. So, but I've got it right here. I brought it over here so that, yeah, you won last week. Congratulations. I don't know if you were on when we did the drawing at the beginning. And I would have to go back to the video because I don't remember what it is, but it's a box. I don't know what I gave away. I'd have to go back to the video. Girl, so much has changed and happened since the last week. But yes, message me your mailing address. That way I can get this out to you tomorrow. So let me put this back off to the side. So I'm glad I saw you jump on. But hi, Carol. Carol from Connecticut. And I thought I saw Jackie pop up on there. Let me see if I can... Oh yeah, Jackie. Stella. Hi, Stella. Welcome. I think that's it so far. I think I caught up. I'm just glad it let me scroll the comments without cutting off the video. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie from Wisconsin. Bev. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Terry. Well, welcome to Sunday afternoon's Facebook Live. Thank you for sharing, you guys. Yes, when you share, don't forget, when you like, comment, and share, you get entered into the weekly drawings for whatever I'm doing. I give away. And if you share, you get 2 entries. So you double your chances of winning. And I will tell you right now, there was a lot of entries on last week's. Oh, you're welcome, Terry. I'm gonna get to that part in a moment, but there were a lot of entries for last week. So lots of shares, lots of comments, likes. And so if you're joining me, hi, Cindy. Hey, Jessica. Jessica is on my team and she lives in Ohio. So thank you for sharing. Let's see. I lost my train of thought. But for those of you that are watching for the first time or that you're back, welcome back. I am live. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. And I am here live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in order to show you how to use your Stampin' Up! Products for your cards, your projects, your home decor items. And I like to mix it up a little. So sometimes you'll see me do cards. Sometimes you may see me show you a technique. Sometimes you may see a home decor item or a mini project. Hi, Oma. But today, I am going to be unboxing the latest paper pumpkin kit. And I just happened to have gotten it yesterday. So I thought, well, this is perfect. This is perfect because this gives me an opportunity to show you guys that aren't Paper Pumpkin subscribers what you're missing. And if you're like, what is Paper Pumpkin? I'm going to show you a brochure in a few minutes and go over that. So hopefully I won't forget. but I do want to welcome you to this afternoon's live, and I hope after you see the paper pumpkin kit, I have not opened it, so we are totally starting from scratch. Hi Karen, you just opened yours yesterday, Oma? Yeah, I haven't even opened mine. It's still in the shrink wrap. So I literally, when I do my unboxing, for those of you that have watched the unboxing videos before, you know I like to show you how you actually get it delivered to your mailbox, your post office box, your front door, wherever you get your mail. This is how you're going to get it. So, but I do thank you for joining me, and I hope you see some inspiration along the way. I'm going to go over some really quick announcements to get those out of the way, but let's get this, oh, and if you are watching me live, you might see a live in one of these corners on either side of my head. And I'm, you know, if you're watching the replay, you're like, who in the world is she talking to? You haven't opened yours yet? Yeah. And Stella got hers yesterday. Karen's my friend from Ohio too. Well, great. I'm just glad all of you guys are here and joining me this afternoon for some Stampin' Up. So I don't know if you see this mess on my table behind me, but I've got some stuff going on there. Getting ready for a retreat in about 3 weeks, I guess. So I got a huge delivery the other day, and I'm just starting to get everything out of the box and get it sorted so that I can start trying to put together some goodie bags. So I've been kind of giving some sneak peeks in my retreat group with pillow gifts. So doing a lot of teasing, but not really showing them what they're getting, but giving a lot of little teasing hints about their retreat pillow gifts and some other sneak peeks that are coming up. So really looking forward to that. If you have yet to join me for a retreat, when you join my email list, that's when you first get notified. So all of my communications usually go straight to my email list, and then after that is when I start posting. If I don't post that same day, it'll be soon after, but you want to be on my email list so that you know when those events are happening. And if you miss the opportunity to attend, there is always the option to take it to go. So hi Landa, let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Let me flip this around and get this where we can see our goodies for today. And I actually worked on my phone a little bit so I can see like my whole screen, which is awesome. So I can see all the comments and I'm not having to try to move my phone too much. So let's go ahead and do the drawing and get the drawing out of the way. Now, remember earlier I said when you like, comment, and share my video, that gets your name put onto the wheel so that we can give away the prize. And if you remember last week, let me take that off. We did the 2 Z cards. We did the single Z card, because remember it looks like a Z. We did that card. And then I also showed you how to do the double Z card, which there's your double Z. And that piece that came out, that was the optional piece I said that I would throw in there so that whoever wins this card, you could attach it with your own adhesive either right here or on the inside. So I just kind of threw that piece in. And that is the drawing that we're going to do right now. And I wish everybody luck. There were so many names on there. Who is it going to be? It's Stella. Congratulations, Stella. I know Stella will like these. Let me write her name down so that I don't have to go back to this video and figure out who won. But congratulations, Stella. I know I saw your name on there. So let's get that out of the way. Yay, Stella. And then let me talk about the monthly online ordering special super quick. This is my website, and that's the host code for the month. If you don't want to worry about going to that website, typing that in and typing that host code in, you can always go back and scan this QR code, and that'll take you straight to my website. And in the month of March, any orders of $25 or more is going to get a free kit. Oh, I had a box. There's a box that's missing out of this little group right here. Let me get that. It's this little box right here. Little paper pumpkin box. You're going to get a kit in order to make all 3 of these cards in this one box, and then this is how your kit is going to arrive. You're going to have your box, and then each little clear envelope will have everything that you need to put together that card or the box. And this was the most fun one that I had to put together, because most of this is designer series paper or things are already die cut. There's very minimal, if not any, stamping at all for this particular monthly kit. So that is for March. Every month it changes. Next month, I haven't quite decided about next month, so but if your order is $50 or more, you're typically going to get an accessory that coordinates with the monthly online ordering special. And in March, if your order is $50, you're either going to get a set of these resin hearts or the snail mail twine combo pack, depending on what's available. So just keep that in mind as well. And then right now, when you join my email list, not only are you going to get a free PDF, but you're also going to get a free annual catalog when it comes out. And those catalogs will be mailed out the middle of April, straight from Stampin' Up. And you can, I'll put the link in the description when I'm done with the video, but you can also scan in that QR code as well. And if you're an active demonstrator, I know that you're going to be able to see the catalog, and probably if you signed up for On Stage, get your own complimentary copy. So I have a special other gift for active demonstrators that join as well, and I think you'll like it. And Terry mentioned something about that earlier, about getting her gift, and that's what she was thanking me for. So make sure you join my email list so you know when my events are coming up. And I don't know if you can read this, but sampler, the 2021 sampler class. It's sad to say, but the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper, it was so popular during our free shipping event earlier in the week that it is like gone. It is completely sold out. And they told us it was while supplies last. And man, they didn't last very long. So what I did with the sampler, I'm actually working on an alternative sampler right now that uses just the stamp set and the dies, which is going to be equally gorgeous, by the way. But I did extend the registration deadline to March 27th, and then I also changed the in-person class event date to April 2nd in the middle of the afternoon. So you can always go, I know that might be hard to read. I couldn't fade out the picture when I got this printed, so but you can always go to my website, or you can scan in the event QR code that'll take you straight to the event where you can RSVP for in person or to go. Now, I will tell you, for the sampler as it was designed, I am limited to four of those samplers the way it was designed, because I literally only have one package of paper, and then I have an open package of paper where I might be able to squeeze out 5 samplers, but for this one as designed, it's only 4. And then the other options, once those are gone, it'll have to be the alternative. So hopefully within the next day or so, I'll be able to have a picture of the alternative sampler to go on. Okay, now let me save that one. And Butterfly Bouquet, that was just to remind me to tell you that the Butterfly Bijou paper was sold out. So it's gone. Bye-bye. It's gone. Can't get it anymore. Okay. And then, what is this? It's Paper Pumpkin. Because it's better than a box full of puppies. I don't know. Puppies are kind of cute. But then again, so are our Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to do this. But before I open this, let me flip that around. Just because it has my address on it. And my videos are public on YouTube. And I don't want to share my address with people that I don't know who they are. And people start showing up at your door. But let me give you a preview of next month's kit. So basically, Paper Pumpkin is a monthly paper crafting subscription kit that Stampin' Up! Offers. And the deadline every single month to register for the next month's kit is the 10th. So here's a bigger picture there. This is a picture of kind of a sneak peek of next month's kit. It's called So Cool. Look at all those spring colors, and oh my gosh, does that not make you want some ice cream, something cold? I know it does me. That one looks really good, you guys. Ugh. But the next month's kit is going to have enough supplies to make 12 fresh, fun-shaped cards with coordinating envelopes. It's going to feature vivid watercolor images, 2 matching sticker sheets, a versatile stamp set with sentiments the entire family can use all year long. It's fun for all ages. And check this out. It coordinates with our Ice Cream Designer Series paper. Let me grab that. I got one right behind me here. Which, by the way, is one of the add-on classes. This is an unopened pack, by the way, but this kit's going to coordinate with this paper. This is one of the add-on classes for a retreat, so that's why I have paper there ready to go. And so the deadline to join Paper Pumpkin in order to get next month's kit is going to be April the 10th. I don't know what day of the week that is, but that's the magic deadline every single month for Paper Pumpkin, the 10th. So, and if you miss it, you miss it. There's no second chances with getting that kit. So you always want to make sure that you, when you see a promo for like the next month, that you register right away. And if you really like the kit, you have the opportunity to actually increase your subscription to get more than one kit. You can always get more than one kit. And Paper Pumpkin subscriptions for a 1 month, just to purchase 1 month is $22, but you can also get prepaid subscriptions where you start saving a little bit more money. Okay, now let me bring this up just a little bit. I don't know how much that got put up, but let me put that up there. And this is the box. This is, it's called Here's to You. And it does come shrink wrap. So some of the boxes that we get are what they consider to be like collector type boxes. And I love how these are shrink wrapped. And they're shrink wrapped. I would like to believe they're shrink wrapped just to help protect the box, but also to help protect what's on the inside of the box too from the elements. So look at how pretty this box is. And you know what? Mine actually showed up in really great condition this time. And if you ever get a box that's like really, really damaged and just like, what in the world happened to this box? Don't blame Stampin' Up. It's our postal service, and just, you know, their process of getting these to you. Sometimes they get caught on machinery, equipment, you name it. And so, but look at this box. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. So let's open it. I always love to see whenever I get my kit every single month because it's like Christmas. And I never know when I'm going to get it, so there's no consistency when it comes to doing an unboxing with me. Okay, so it's always going to have an insert. Sometimes it's about maybe the next month's kit, like a little preview, or it might be an insert about what's in the particular box itself. And this one just happens to have some alternative projects for this particular box. And the back of this is blank, by the way. But check this out. So every single month with Paper Pumpkin, you're always going to get, and I have a piece of paper here so you can see, you are always going to get an exclusive stamp set. These particular stamps, you don't get, they're not in the catalog, they're not in any of the other publications we have. They are exclusive to this particular month and that one only. So this is a really great way. Not only are Paper Pumpkin subscriptions very, very affordable, but it is a great way to increase your stamps and your sentiments, your greetings, whatever is on here. It's a great way to build your little stash. And because they come in these boxes, it is a really great way to be able to take on the go as well. So each kit is always going to have an exclusive stamp set. It's always going to have, and while I have this in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and open this, but it's always going to have an exclusive ink spot. And our ink spots, these are like an inch square, and there's a little foam pad in there, but I'm going to show you the difference between the size of our ink spot versus a normal ink size pad that we have. And it's a pretty significant difference. So, but these are perfect if you're traveling, and then this is not the color, but in order to re-ink these, we also have our ink refills. We sell the little ink refills. So let me open this. And usually you can just get the edge of your scissors and go over that little score mark here to open it. I'm trying to be gentle since I'm doing this standing up. And I am prone to easily hurting myself, so try not to do that. You just help break that seal. There we go. And then you can take your top off. So I'm going to just put that back on and put that right to the side. So not only do you get an ink spot, but let me push this aside. And you got tissue paper here, which if you like to recycle, then be careful with taking your tissue paper out. And you can always use this for something else. So hold on to your tissue paper. And then all of your monthly supplies for your kit, let me open this up, are going to come shrink wrapped together. So you're going to have to take all these out. And I'm going to show you what you get here. Let me move this box off to the side. And I'm going to talk to you about those here in a minute. But these are your supplies. This is how they come. You're going to have a little brochure that's going to give you a picture of the projects. It's going to tell you what the name of it is. It's just the instructions. And then on the inside, you're always going to have the different steps of instructions. But then also, if you look on the bottom, because generally there's twine or ribbon or some sort of accessory that you'll have to cut, there's always going to be a little ruler at the end, at the very bottom, that measures 9 inches. Just to help you with, if it tells you to cut 4 inches, you know how much to cut. You can use your little ruler guide down there. And then on the back, will give you your instructions, your contents. Plus you might see some other alternative projects. And then just links on where to go to subscribe. And let me push this off here. This little cardboard backing that kind of helps protect everything and hold it firm. Save those. You can always use these. I use these. I definitely reuse those. I like to upcycle. Okay, and so now let's break this down. In this particular kit, we have a little sheet of some mini dimensionals. Sometimes they'll be larger dimensionals. And then we've got some linen thread. We've got, should be 8. Yep, we've got 8 of these craft colored envelopes. And then there's, should be 4 each of these. Yeah. These pieces right here are actually envelope inserts. So we're going to decorate the envelope. So let me pull one of each and then put the rest away. Try to get those ready there. Okay, and then we have our card bases. So there's 4 of these already pre-scored. How cool is that? You don't have to have your paper trimmer or anything. And then you've got this other base, regular card base, already scored, which this is Pretty Peacock. I love Pretty Peacock. And you guys, Pretty Peacock is one of those in colors that's going to be retiring. So that gives me the opportunity to remind you that any of the colors in our current catalog that have Pretty Peacock, what is it? Purple Posy, Terracotta Tile, Rococo Rose, and what else is there? See, Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Terracotta Tile, Rococo Rose, and, oh, I've got it right here, Seaside Spray. Whatever products we have in our catalog line, paper, any of the designer series paper, ribbon, accessories, that has any of those 5 colors, those will definitely be retiring. And I'll tell you right now, Rococo Rose is already sold out. So, and on March 24th, our retiring list comes out, and I have a really big feeling that the rest of those colors are going to go really, really quick after that. So if you really like any of those colors, get your refills now, get your ribbon, get your cardstock, whatever's still available, because they won't last long. This is one of the pieces to the cards. This one already has like a pre-printed image on it, and we're going to be building on top of that. And then you have 2 sheets of these tree die cuts. Those are pretty. I love that color. And then you've got these little pieces here. And usually on all of the punch outs, it's already laser die cut for you. All you're doing literally is like pulling them out. So, but with these, you have to be real careful because those are really delicate, and you could actually rip those if you pull those out too quickly. And then you've got these little images of clouds, different colors. And then you have these little die cuts that we'll be stamping on. Okay, so we're just going to do one of each card. Oh, but by the way, I covered them up, so I almost forgot. This month's kit actually had some free things inside of it, some extra free projects, product for you to use. And let me pull those out. You're going to get, well, if you haven't gotten your kit yet, you're going to have a Stampin' Sponge, a full Stampin' Sponge, which while I'm thinking about it, see if I can cut these. Let me go ahead and cut these, because when I use my sponges, I should have got some bigger scissors. I cut them in quarters just because they're easier to use in quarters. I'm going to use one color for each sponge with whatever you're using, and some of the ones that I already have in my little drawer over here, I punched out these little labels and just wrote on there so that I would know what this one is. So this one's like real red. And I just stapled them on there. So whatever method it works best for you so that you know you don't cross-contaminate colors. But that's what I do with my Stampin' Sponges in order to know which one I'm going to be using. So let me put that there. There also includes 4 stencils. You've got this kind of starry stencil. You've got this sunburst. Oops. Let's see if I can get it on a piece of paper there. Here we go. You've got this sunburst stencil, and we're going to be playing with these at the very end. Let me put these on white. This piece right here is mountains, and you'll see when we play with that. And then this piece right here are different clouds. But those are, I don't know what the material is, but it's a material that I know the ink won't stick to and that will be easily cleaned. You can actually just rinse those off with the ink. So let me put those aside. And let's make all of the ink, all of the stamps in your paper pumpkin kits. They're always going to be photopolymer. And when you subscribe, your very first kit is always going to have a paper pumpkin block, which this block measures, get my little ruler out. These blocks measure 2 3/4 square. Yeah, a little bit more than 2 3/4 square. And all of the stamps that you ever get with your paper pumpkin subscriptions will never be larger than this. So you can use this acrylic block over and over and over. And it's actually probably about half the width of our normal blocks, which this one here is size D. It's equivalent to size D, and you can see the difference between the two. It's literally about half of the depth of one of our regular blocks. Okay, so we're just gonna make, let's make that one first, because that one looks easier. Okay, so we have got our pretty peacock base. And I love that these paper pumpkin kits have everything that you need in order to make it. There's even glue dots. I had these off to the side. They even throw glue dots in there. I have a problem working with these sometimes, but they do work. They really do. Okay. And then you can use, I'm just going to use my regular adhesive to put these cards together instead of fighting with glue dots. But it certainly takes up a lot less space than taking your box of glue dots with you, especially if you're just going on a short trip and you don't want to drag a whole bunch of supplies with you. Okay, and let's see if I can get this. I always struggle. Who else struggles with trying to find the end of where something starts? I can never, oh, look, I found it. It's right there. I just rubbed my finger over it and this popped up. So yay, because sometimes if I think it's right here and I go to pull it, it's actually the very end of the spool, and then this just becomes a little hot mess of twine. But that's my fault. Okay, so let's see how many, I know on this card I see twine on there, so let's see, 26 inches, oh, of linen thread. 26 inches, wow, that's a lot. Okay, well, let's do this. There's 9, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. I don't know. Let's just do 3. I'm not trying to do any math today, you guys. Okay, so on this one, I can most of the time look at a picture and see how things are supposed to be put together. So let's see. Yeah, this one's put on. This one is put on first. So we're going to wrap this around. Just hold that there. Wrap it. Wrap it. Wrap it. Okay, we're gonna tie this. We're gonna have to tie this for it to stick. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can adjust it. As long as it's not too tight, we can move. Okay, this is awkward for me here. I'm trying to tie a knot with this little bitty piece that's on the end here. All right, let's do this. Let's start over. Because I think 1, 2, 3. Why I still end up where I started? All right. Okay, we're just gonna tie a knot, and then I'm gonna move this towards the back. So let's tie a knot, tie a bow, however you want to tie it. We just need to tie that. And then because it's loose enough, I'm gonna flip this around the back. So this is on the back side. There we go. I want that on the back. And then it looks like those are up with dimensionals. So let's put some dimensionals on those. Oh, but you know what? Hold on. I got some stamping to do on here. Maybe I should actually look at my directions, you guys. So let's open this up. The ink spot that came in this month is Calypso Coral. And I see little seagulls. Let's do those. Little birds, little bird images. Let's ink that up. I see them right here. Make sure I do that. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing these right. Upside up. There we go. I only see one set on that picture. Okay, one set it is. And then let me take my chamois and clean that off so I can pull these off. The good thing is with photopolymer, you can see exactly where you're going to be stamping, which is nice. And happy birthday. Happy birthday is, so it doesn't matter if it goes onto your block crooked because you can always adjust it. We got happy birthday 3 times with 3 of these, and you just pop these out. They're already die cut for you. And if those little bitty white pieces where it pops out really bother you, you can always take your paper snips and just snip those off so it's not obvious that it was a pop out. Okay, and then we're gonna stamp happy birthday 3 times. So let me get down here. I got 1, 2. Calypso Coral is one of my favorite colors, which, by the way, in our Stampin' Up! Catalog line, we have 50 colors. And 5 of those colors, the ones I mentioned a while ago, are sadly retiring. I think these are up with, yeah, these are up with mini dimensionals. But yes, at any given time, we have 50 colors in our product line. And then our in colors stay in the product line for a couple of years at a time. And then they retire. But the good news is we have new colors. So we've got 5 new colors that are coming on board. That's exciting. And I might have said something earlier, but on March 24th, demonstrators, okay, so I just put one on each corner and one in the center just to help kind of stabilize the center of that. But on March 24th, demonstrators are going to get a sneak peek of the catalog online. And then if you registered for Onstage, which I did, you're going to get a physical catalog in the mail. So I'm pretty excited. I'm waiting for my catalog to come in the mail. And only demonstrators get that access. So if you are someone that likes, I'm trying to get these on here. If you're someone that likes to know stuff and get in on some scoop before anybody else, you definitely want to purchase your kit. You can purchase your kit, you can join the Stampin' Up family, you can be on my team, which I have a really great supportive team, I really do. And then I'm part of a really supportive team too. Let's see, I think that's it on the card. But you also get a 20% discount on all your purchases. I'm just scanning this to make sure I didn't forget anything, which doesn't look like I did, other than the envelope. You get access to order things early too, by the way. That's the fun part. We get to order and play with product a whole month before our customers do. So then we have these envelopes. So these craft envelopes, and then your inserts. And the best way to do these, literally, is just to go ahead and insert it in your envelope. Get that down in there as far as it'll go. And then I'm just going to use my regular seal. But pull your envelope back and put your adhesive on the envelope itself. There you go. And then just press that down. And then you have your envelope. And then you can fold it. There you go. And so there is the inside of your envelope. And there's card number 1. That was pretty simple. These paper crafting subscription boxes are pretty simple. Easy. They're perfect for beginners. You can also, if you're a more avid paper crafter, you can take these supplies and do your own thing. Make your alternative projects. Use your supplies for other things you might be doing. Lots of options. So let me put that aside. Let me clean that stamp and take that one off. And what's the next one gonna say? Here's to you. Okay, here's to you. Here's to you. Here it is. I don't think I said what all these other ones say. Let's see if I can read this here. These other ones say, all the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. We just used happy birthday. That one says congratulations. It's upside down. This one says, may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. And then you have this fun little flower image, and then you have these 2 trees. Cute. So let me take a look at that one. That one is going to use this pre-printed card base, which this is already printed on there, which is kind of cool. So let's just fold that. Burnish our edge there with our bone folder. And then we're going to be building on that. So we're going to pop out one of these. Let me just get all my pieces together here. We're going to pop out one of these, and one of these. I think that's it on that. Let's see. Make sure. We're going to be using one of the larger pieces to stamp on. Get that off there. And you always end up having extra supplies too with your paper pumpkin kits. And then we're definitely going to have some twine. Where'd my twine go? It's over here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing something. How much twine? $16 I keep calling it twine. It's linen thread. 16 inches. All right, so now we have our base. And then we're gonna pop these up before, but this one right here, you know what, this one has an image of one of the little birdies, the little birdies here. So let me pop that back on there. I guess I could have done all that stamping earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. I wanna make sure I'm doing my birds the right way. There we go. So this one's got a little set right there in the middle. Yeah, that's the only spot that has that on there. And then here's to you. Let's pop that back on. Ink that up. Gonna stamp on this piece here. So literally, oh my gosh, there's no cutting involved. It's already, I don't like how that did, but I know why it did it. I'm used to like stamping it and then like seasoning my stamp, kind of like I season my Pampered Chef stoneware. Sometimes it won't give you a clear print, but if you stamp and then stamp on a piece of scratch paper, and then stamp it again, you get like a clear image. So yeah, there's just one of those on there, and I think I'm done with the stamping. Yeah, so let me close that up. And then these, I can tell, are popped up with dimensionals. Lots of dimension on these cards. And this one is 2, yeah, this one is 2. These actually go by a lot quicker when it comes to putting them together when you're not talking. And yeah, these two. All of these are up with dimensionals. So let's put the bottom one on. Let me work from the bottom and work my way up. Pull those off. This one goes down here. I need my glasses. Let me go ahead and do the top ones and get those out of the way too. And then this larger one that has the clouds and the stamped image of the little birdies that I did, the little seagulls, goes up here. And then this one, peel those off, is more clouds, and this one goes on top. Gotta get those straight. And then we need some twine. It looks like it's just rolled a few times, so let me grab this right here and wrap this around my fingers a few times. That's good. And this goes on the back. That's behind that, but I want to make sure that sticks, so let me just use my adhesive right there. I guess this is where those glue dots would come in, so if you wanted to use your glue dots, I would put lots of glue dots right here so that it really sticks and holds down all of this linen thread. I didn't put enough. I didn't go far enough, but it's supposed to be round, Barbara. Well, let's see. Add a little bit more over here so it looks more round. I didn't go far enough. All right, let's try this some more. Try this some more. There we go. It's just supposed to look like, it's like a rope. Rope. Get a rope. What was that commercial? Get a rope. Was that a chili commercial? Why am I thinking chili? Okay. And then this one goes right here. I think it was a chili commercial now that I think about it. That whole get a rope. Okay. So there's that. Oh, you know what? I skipped a step. Uh-oh. See, this is why it's important to look at the directions. I forgot about these little guys right here. And like I said earlier, these are really delicate. So, oh. Yeah, sometimes I don't look at the directions. And sometimes it comes back to bite me. Okay, pull those out. There we go. Cute. They're like little pine trees up on a hill. So let's get some dimensions on the back of those. See if I can, I don't know about one at the tail end over here. Maybe I can just cut one of these in half. Let's do that. And stick one down here at the end to help hold that in place. Now that actually went on behind there, so let me take these off and I will work with getting those back on there. Peel those off really carefully. Okay, and let me see if I can just pick this up. I should be able to pick this up. Yeah. There we go. I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. This one actually went behind here. And it went in line with, there we go. Let's put those there. We press those down and then press that back down. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better. Glad I noticed that at the last minute there. Let's see. It looks like that's everything on that one. And then, of course, we have the envelope. So just, once again, slide that down in there as far as it'll go. Put your adhesive there to help hold that down. If you're worried about this little flap catching on, then put your adhesive a little higher, just to make sure you get that top piece. And then fold your envelope. And if you need to, these envelopes feel a lot thinner than for being a craft envelope. Okay, so there we have it. Let me get that out of the way, and let me show you. Let me turn off this heater too. Whew, it's starting to get warm there. The 2 cards. So here's the 2 cards. Cute. You've got supplies to make 4 cards for each one of them. And you always are going to end up having extra supplies that you can use on other projects. And of course, you can always use your Stampin' Spot for other projects as well. That helps build your color collection too. It's a very inexpensive way to build your ink collections because every month you get a different color. So that's cool. So those are the 2 cards that you get to make. I think they're cute. I love the colors. I'm sad that some of these colors are going to be retiring. But yeah, that's the sad part right there. So let me put those off to the side, and let's bring my little scratch paper back, and let's see what we can do with these stencils. Let's check out what these stencils do. So the first one I want to do is the stars, and I purposely have a piece of basic black, and then I have our Whisper White craft ink. So I'm not going to do any designs per se. I just want to show you what these do, okay, and how to use them. Right? So I have my cardstock down, and then I have my template down, which it looks like it's the same either way. But in some cases, I guess if you wanted a certain design to be a certain way, you might want to flip it back and forth. And I've got, I thought I had just a blank, maybe I do. I don't have a clean one, so I'm going to try to use the side of this one, even though it's got a little ink on. Let me see if that comes off. hopefully this will work. But anyway, I've got my stencil over my piece of paper. And then our craft ink is not like our regular inks. It's a lot thicker. And so it only comes in this, it said Whisper White, but really our products are basic white now. So all I'm doing is just going over, I'm kind of pushing this ink. Oops, try not to move that. I guess if you need to, you can always tape it down if you needed to tape it down. But I'm just pressing the ink into the stars. And depending, I guess, on how many stars you want to really show, depends on how far you want to go down on your paper. I just decided to use this basic black and the Whisper, well, it is Whisper White, but it's basic white. And if you're concerned about some of them being too light, you can just go back over. I guess some of them would want to be lighter, and then some are more brighter, depending on how far away they are. So, but I'm actually having to really press down to get into those little grooves. And then let's see what kind of design that does. Oh, look, it's like a starry night. That's cute. That is cute. Some of them are lighter, some of them are brighter, but that is what that particular stencil does. So let me put that aside. Let me close this. And then let's play with the, let's play with this one, this Starburst one next. And I've got a piece of basic white, and I'm going to use crushed curry for this one. And I'm going to use the sponge, one of the sponges that they gave us to do this. So just grab it, and then it's always easier to pinch it up here at the top and use this bottom part for, that way it's away from your hands. And I don't know how much this is going to move. So I am just sponging in between where it lets me sponge. And I guess you could, the harder, or you can dab it. I'm going to do some rubbing and some dabbing, just to show you what the effect you're going to get from doing it. And this is moving on me. So if it moves on me, it may move on you too. Unless you probably put it down with some, oh, what do they call those things? Post-it notes. Just to help hold it in place so it doesn't move around so much, because it is moving around on me. And I don't want it to move around on me, but it's moving around. But this is just to give you an idea of this particular design. So let's see what this does. Ooh. Of course, this is really sloppy because it was moving around, but if you wanted it to be in the middle of your cardstock, because this is a, what is this? This is a 4x4 piece right here. If you wanted that starburst to be like in the center, I would suggest maybe putting some scraps on the bottom and top so that you don't get that overbrush like that on the top. But that's the design you're going to get from that. And ooh, you know what would be cool too is to take a different color and dab it on top of that. But that's what the Starburst one does. And you can get it as light as you want or as dark as you want. So yeah, wow, that one's pretty. So let me close this up. And then we've got mountains. Got some mountains here. So I have another scrap. And I guess it doesn't really matter what side you use. Oh, look, some of these aren't even popped out yet. If you get your kit, some of these aren't popped out. They're still kind of in there. Might want to pull those out. I just happened to notice that. Oh, those would be like the, like snow tops. Okay, let's do this. Let's make some mountains. Let's use, I got Sahara sand. You can always do, let me grab another one of these. Do like double mountains. Your tops can be different. Just trying to get those in there. Okay, there's one. What is this? What is that? I slide. Oh, that one's too wide. I made it too wide. Let's see. Well, anyway, there's one mountain. Let's see if we can do another one. I'm gonna put that one right over that one, and let's use, I don't know, let's use some soft suede. Make it a little darker. Get some soft suede in there. Or a little lighter, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this upside down. Like I said, you guys, I hadn't even opened this and played with it. Kind of gives like a background. Ooh, that totally did not work. Don't do that. Well, don't do that here. Let's just go down here and do a different one. I guess I need to play with this one a little bit more so I can figure out my mountains. My mountains. Yeah, this is I'm gonna really have to play with this one, you guys. But you know what? Let's see what that one does. Does that one line up with something? Am I doing these upside down? Those look like snow tops to me, but I'm like, let me do this. There we have it. I'm not even looking at my comments. Y'all are probably telling me how this needs to go on here, and I'm just like trying to figure this out here. What else can I use here? Well, soft suede is darker than Sahara sand, so let's do this. That one lined up with that one. Let me press some ink into that. They're probably looking at me like, this girl has lost her mind already trying to figure this out. Let's see what that does. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with the mountain one again. You know what I might suggest doing? If you get your kit, definitely play with your mountains first. Like, do your coloring and then cut each piece out so that you can figure out which mountain top would go back behind so that it looks like there's more mountains. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. You've got mountains that are closer, mountains that are farther away, but yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that one a little more to figure that one out. But what's the next one? The next one and the last one is just the clouds. We'll just play on this piece of paper right here. Let me flip this over so we get a better image there. Let's go with Seaside Spray. I just want to show y'all what these stencils do. So you've got some clouds. And they're kind of mixed up here, but I guess if you wanted to, you could move them around where you've got multiple clouds, kind of like that. Oh, that's pretty. And then you've got these kind of clouds. I guess that would be the top of your page, maybe. You just have to be careful and not go outside the lines, or you're going to end up getting some of that ink. Maybe I should go down instead of up. that's kind of cool too. And then you have these down here. Let's see what these do. Oops. They'll move on you. They will move on you. You could definitely play with the clouds as well. These clouds seem just a little bit more forgiving than the mountains did, but I don't know. All right, you guys, well, definitely it comes with with 4 stencils that you can play with. I think for me, the Starburst one was probably the easier one, but the easiest one was definitely the stars. That was pretty easy. And you can take your baby wipe that off, or go rinse it off under your sink. But so those were the free stencils and the sponges that came with this month's kit. But you can't get this kit anymore because the deadline was the last 10th was March 10th. But you can definitely, you're definitely in time to get next month's kit. April 10th is the deadline. So thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you guys can figure out those stencils a little bit better than I can. I'm definitely gonna have to play with those mountains, but enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon wherever you are. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Shirley. I'll go back and catch up on any comments that I missed, but thank you all for joining me. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for all of your comments and your shares, any hearts that came through. And if you'd like to join me on Wednesday night, I will be doing the second page of our 12 by 12 page layout. Otherwise, I will see you back here next Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to go and do the next project. Whatever's next. I'll have to figure that out, but I will do that. So, but thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoons and evenings, and we will see you later. Bye.